All right, we're here going over our annual confidence report. This is a requirement by the EPA for all municipalities or other organizations that have community water systems. And we're just going to briefly go what this document says and how to read it. This year, like every single year since the new water system went into place, roughly around 2020, there have been no contaminants found in Shannon's water that violate the levels prescribed in this document, which we'll go over briefly. Perry here is going to go over quickly how to read this document. Her contact information is on the first page. If you have any questions, take it away, Perry.
All right, page one is just a brief introduction on sources of drinking water, from bottled water to tap water, rivers, lakes, streams. It's on every consumer confidence report that the EPA publishes. And then, like Ryan said, my contact information's over here. Page two is just a continuation, which also has my contact information. Page three is the two wells that we have active in Shannon. Both of those are groundwater sources and both located up by the water tower. Page four is the source water assessment that's done by the EPA, stating that the EPA has determined the Shannon source water is not susceptible to contamination. And then we get into the regulated contaminants that have been detected in Shannon's water. This first one talks about lead and copper. It talks about the ranges of lead and copper that have been tested in Shannon's drinking water for 2025. There were 40 samples done, and out of all of those samples, there were no violations. There is a service line inventory that has been completed by the village. It can be found on the village website if anyone is interested. Then we get into some definitions and some abbreviations. And then the very last page is the rest of the regulated contaminants that have been detected in Shannon's drinking water, whether they're things we've had to add or naturally occurring contaminants. And there were no violations with this page either. If there were violations, there would be another page to this consumer confidence report, and the violations would be listed on the next page.
And these categories here where it says violation, these are just headers to differentiate the different type of contaminants in our water, correct?
Correct.
So no violations for any contaminants in Shannon.
Correct.
Once again. All right. Thank you, Perry. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, give myself or Perry a call. Thank you.